And then we went over to the Lucky Supermarket. And all of these people, as you know, were not so lucky. When we went to the Lucky Supermarket, he bought stolen property from us as well. And when he paid the undercover, he not only paid in cash, but he paid in a $2 lottery ticket. We also found that he was transporting this stolen property in his BMW. And when we searched, he had thousands and thousands of dollars in shoe boxes in his BMW. Now, this was such a stressor on him that he fell out in the middle of the search warrant, and we took him to the local hospital where he was treated and they are performing tests. Now, if Mr. Reza thinks that because he fell out that he gets to avoid coming to the county jail, he's not so lucky again. He will go to the county jail just as soon as we get him cleared from the hospital. And then as the investigation's going on, we discover Caesar Pugh. Caesar Pugh is the meat man. He goes into Publix, he goes into Winn-Dixie, and he once again steals expensive cuts of steak and sells them on the street. He was exceptionally upset when we arrested him. He couldn't understand why. Now think about this for a minute. Caesar Pugh gets over $1,000 a month in public assistance. Over $1,000 a month. And then he goes around and steals meat and sells it on the street. Interesting, as we traversed through the investigations, one of the stores, and I believe it was it Amir's that had the EBT cards, or was it Leader? Amir, our first store, I forgot to tell you, he had 8 EBT cards with the PIN numbers. So at some point in time, people had obtained EBT cards, sold them to him, obviously for less than the face value, provided him the PIN number, and he, as time would go on, would use up the PIN number and the amount on the EBT card. So, between the meat man, between Amir, between the unknown co-conspirators at this point in the investigation, they're ripping off the taxpayer once again. Interestingly enough, that the problem was not as widespread as we thought, because only 3 out of 14 stores that we checked would sell to us. But the message is clear. If you think that you can buy stolen property from people on the street, and when you buy this stolen property, it's obviously in its original container, it's brand new, so it's stolen or presumed to be stolen. If you buy that, you're subject to be buying that property from an undercover detective who will subsequently take you to jail. We will continue to do these undercover operations. Let the word go forth. Unless you want to be not so lucky, don't buy property that's reported to you as stolen. Don't buy property that's exceptionally cheap. Don't counterfeit property and take advantage of the people who trust you and come into your store. At the end of the day, the investigation's ongoing. There's still a lot of loose ends to tie up. And we couldn't have done this without Bell's, Macy's, Publix, and Walmart, who provided us the product that was represented as stolen by our undercover agents.